Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Healing After 50's YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, and if you're new here, basically I started this channel to document my journey through a healing path, a path of learning, a path of overcoming, and a path of finding, peace and contentment in life in my 50s. So we'll get started here. I am making this video 2 months after I jumped on and decided I was going to make videos and document my journey. And as soon as I made my first intro and my first podcast, which was 2 or 3 minutes long, just kind of explaining what I was doing this for, I've never made another one. And so I've been reflecting on that because it's been really bothering me. So my question is, why? Why is it taking me 2 months or, almost 3 months to really buckle down and do what I want to do so badly? Um, and it happens in my business too. I do the same thing in my business. I, go gung ho, and then when people really rely on me for a product, I freeze and I don't make that product and I stop making products and I go into this funk. And none of us could really figure out what is going on. This is something I'm truly passionate about, but why can I not move forward? So in this research and in this, path that I'm on, I am self healing, if that's even a thing. I am an herbalist, and I've been taking this route. I shouldn't say I'm an herbalist. I have been passionate about herbs, and I have been passionate about tea for some time now, but I'm actually now training to be an actual herbalist, and learn from herbalists who have been doing this for many, many years. So I've always had a thing for plants. I've always loved natural healing. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would tell me, if I scraped my knee or whatever, run out and break off a piece of that aloe vera plant and bring it to me. We never took medicine. We were always taking something more natural. And so, which is kind of ironic when you get to know my story about my mother and how she was so, I don't know what the word would be, but she was so into making sure that we weren't on medicine, making sure that we were doing things more natural. But she was very, very harsh. And so that has led me to kind of learn. My problem is when I was growing up, my mother was so, what's the word? She was mean. She was very mean, and she was very angry all the time. And I have since learned that she suffers from mental illness, which has been passed on to my children. I have two boys that struggle immensely with bipolar disorder, and I have another son who struggles and has Asperger's. And so I have learned that my mom struggles from a mental illness. However, I have also learned that doesn't excuse her behavior. She's refused to be on medicine. She's refused to get treatment. And so one of the things that has done for me is I grew up thinking I could never do anything right. I was never good enough. Everything I did was troublesome or wrong, or, I got in trouble so much. And that has been a very big impact on my adult life, on my careers. Anytime I start to see a little bit of success, I somehow sabotage it. And whether that be my health, things that are beyond my control. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in 2015 and learned that I have had rheumatoid arthritis for a lot longer. It just never really reared its ugly head until I went through a really severely stressful situation. And so, my health has either been a culprit to ending my career, or just plain, I need something different and I want to move. And so why do we do that to ourselves? That's one of the things that I decided this will be my first video, because I have been procrastinating for 2 months. I have not wanted to make this video. I have tried and it never turned out good enough, or The sound wasn't right. It just seemed like there was roadblocks. Every corner I turned, there was roadblocks. Um, you can see I'm super puffy. So that's another thing I do, self-sabotage myself with my food allergies. So I don't feel good. So I feel like that gives me an excuse not to do things. So it's just really interesting how our minds will wreak havoc on our everyday activities. So I wanted to do this first video on procrastination. And I'm curious how many of you think, oh, I'm just being lazy. Oh, I don't have the motivation. Or, just tell yourself that, I'll do that tomorrow. And ever wondered, why? Why am I so, not able to start my projects? Or why do I push everything to the back burner? Have you ever wondered that? Because I did for a long time, and I just chalked it up to pure laziness. But then the more I thought about things, I wasn't lazy. I've worked, I supported my children. Um, I wasn't lazy. And so why? Why do I throw myself into this category of I'm just lazy and have no energy? Or, why do I do that? Well, that's procrastination. That comes from trauma. That comes from a place of thinking you're going to fail. So when I reach this part of my life, I think, oh my gosh, I am on the verge of success. I can't do that. I am going to have to do something to make sure that I'm not successful, that I don't have to worry about failing in that success. Because, like I said, growing up, no matter what I did, it was never good enough. My mom was very abusive mentally and physically. And so I became very afraid to um, take credit for things that I'd done right. I avoided any kind of confrontation. And so therefore I never spoke up about anything that I thought would be positive, never talked about anything that was negative. I just became this little quiet mouse in the corner that didn't speak up. And for fear of being hit or yelled at or punished. And so that's where I have learned that a lot of this self-sabotaging it comes from traumas, unhealed traumas, and fear, because we have deep down inside told ourselves we're not worthy, we're not good enough. So what can we do? What can we do to change that? I'm still working on that. To this day, and one of the things that I feel has been helping me and is going to help me learn how to deal with these things is my journey into herbalism, because it teaches you how to heal yourself before you can heal clients, or not heal, but before you can help clients. You have to heal your inner traumas. You have to know what's bothering you. You have to know how to help yourself before you can help others. And so I have to say, my herbalism journey is becoming a huge help in my healing process. And so that's something that I wanted to share with you. If you're interested in joining me on this journey, I will share what I'm learning in my courses. And I will share, kind of some of the things that I might learn on how to help us heal. For those of us that don't seek traditional counseling or therapy. I don't know. I don't have insurance because I am self-employed. I don't have insurance, so I can't go to a therapist. I can't run to the doctor. So I've been learning to handle this on my own, and it's been a struggle. It's been tough, but I'm learning, and I would love to share what I'm learning with all of you. So I hope you do, decide to stick with us here on this journey, and see where it leads us. I will be sharing, some of the things that I'll be making here on this channel. I do have a skincare business. I started off making soaps and lotions, or I shouldn't say lotions, but soaps and body butters and bath bombs, in about 2017. And because I did leave my job due to my rheumatoid arthritis, I was on traditional medicines for about 2 years, And I just had a terrible reaction being on one of those medicines, and my doctors took me off all of my prescription meds that pertained to my rheumatoid arthritis because they are immunosuppressant drugs. And so any kind of illness, being on that medication can actually lead to death. And so I had a near fatal infection and had to learn how to turn to more natural things to help me get through that period. And so after my diagnosis in 2015, I still continued to work until about 2017. And at the end of 2017, after I had kind of recovered from that traumatic illness, I did try and go back to work, and that didn't prove to be promising. So I ended up leaving the workforce, and I had to find something to do. And so diving into more natural products and, doing all this research on how I could help myself naturally, since I wasn't able to get on my meds right away. And then, to be frank, I was terrified to go back on those meds because of what I had endured. And so I had no interest in going back on them. But so I started doing some research and learned there's so much stuff in our everyday skincare products, hair care products. And so I started making my own, soaps and bath bombs. And I did start with body butters because I was not sure how to make lotion. I wanted to stay away from preservatives and things like that because I didn't really understand that world yet. And so that started in 2017. So I do have a business now where we do make skincare products, we do make lotions, we make soaps, we also make loose leaf teas, we make herbal capsules and supplements and things like that. And so I would love to share those things here with you guys, and build a community around that, because I think we all can use a little bit of natural health. These days things are getting scarce and things are getting hard to find. So why not learn how to build a backup plan? But anyways, I think that will do for today's video. I just needed to get something out there because, again, I was procrastinating and making excuses as to why I couldn't. I get nervous. I don't like to show myself on camera. I always worry about the way my hair looks, but you know what? I've decided I'm going to just do it. I can't worry about, the weight I've gained or the gray hair or that. I just need to do it. And so hopefully you'll join me on this journey. So hopefully we will be able to put up another video next week. I'm going to try and post videos weekly. I have posted a few shorts just kind of showing some of the products that we've made, just to try and stay, up on it. And so I don't just put it to the back burner and never look at it again. So hopefully you'll find some good content here. Hopefully you'll find some things that might help you, and hopefully y'all join us. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you on the next video.